Hi friends, I am Dr. Dattatreya Balaso Thorobole, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Padmabhushan Dr. Vasantarada Patil, Mahavidyalaya Tasgaon, Sangli. Today, I am going to present here classification of the consonant in this video. The purpose of this video is to help of the understanding about the classification of consonant to the students. So in this video you can see how the consonants are classified and they depends upon their function of making a sound. I hope this video will be very useful to you. See the next. This is the outline of this video. After watching this video, you will be able to understand about the classification of consonants. According to the phonologist, consonants are classified into the three categories. They are voicing consonants, then the place of articulations, then the manner of articulations. So let us study these three categories one by one in the next. Now we are going to discuss here first category of classification of consonants, that is voicing sounds. On the basis of voicing sounds, consonants can be classified into again two parts, that is voiced and voiceless. So let us first try to know the difference between these two voicing sounds. Whether the consonant sounds are voiced or voiceless depends on the state of glottis in the vocal cords. In the production of some consonants depends on sound, the vocal cords are kept loosely together and therefore they vibrate while producing sound. Such sounds are called as voiced sounds. On the other hand, in the production of some consonant sounds, the vocal cords are kept apart and the glottis is wide open. They do not vibrate. Such sounds are called as voiceless sounds in English. So you can see that here the total 15 voiced consonant sounds here. Then you can see that the voiceless sounds, 9 voiceless sounds in English here, and their symbols also. Thus the total 24 consonant sounds are divided into voiced and voiceless in this way. Hope you understand this. Let's see the second category of the classification. Now we can see that here the second categories of classification of consonant, that is the place of articulation. The place of articulation means, see, we can also classify consonants by referring to the part of the articulatory system that are active when we produced such a sound. This is called the place of articulation. According to their places of articulation, English consonant can be classified into the 9 categories. Here you can see the 9 different names of the places of articulations as well as the different symbols of the total 24 consonant sounds. As we can see in the chart, some of these terms are similar to the names of the parts of this articulatory system that are used in making them. So Let us study these 9 categories one by one as the given chart. See the first place of articulation, bilabial sounds. When sound is produced with the help of two lips, that sound is called as a bilabial sounds. P, B, W, M are bilabial sounds in English, and in it lower lip is active articulator and upper lip is passive articulator. Then again we can see that here the place of articulation. Next, labiodental sounds. When a sound is produced with the help of the lip and teeth is called as labiodental sounds. See for example such a type of the sounds. P, V are labiodental sounds in English, and in it lower lip is the active articulator and upper row of the teeth is the passive articulators. See the next place of articulators. Dental sounds. When a sound is produced with the help of the tip of the tongue and teeth is called as a dental sounds. See, the are dental sounds, and in it tip of the tongue is the active articulators and teeth is the passive articulators. Then the fourth place of articulation is here. Alveolar sounds. When a sound is produced with the help of the tip of the tongue and teeth rays is called as alveolar sounds. See the sounds such as T, D, S, Z, N, L are alveolar sounds in English, and in it the tip of the tongue is the active articulators and teeth rays is the passive articulators. See the next. Post-alveolar sounds. When a sound is produced with the help of the tip of the tongue and back of the teeth rays is called post-alveolar sounds. R is a post-alveolar sound in English, and in it tip of the tongue is the active articulator and back of the teeth rays is a passive articulators. See again here palato-alveolar sounds. When a sound is produced with the help of the tip and front of the tongue and teeth rays and hard palate is called as a palato-alveolar sounds. See the sounds here: sh, j, ch, j are palato-alveolar sounds in English, and in it tip and front of the tongue are active articulators and teeth rays and hard palate are passive articulators. See the next. Palatal sound. When a sound is produced with the help of the front of the tongue and hard palate is called as a palatal sound. Ear is a palatal sound in English, and in it front of the tongue is active articulator and hard palate is the passive articulators. Then again see here velar sounds. When a sound is produced with the help of the back of the tongue and soft palate is called a velar sounds. K, G, Ng are velar sounds in English, and in it back of the tongue is active articulator and soft palate is a passive articulators. The last place of articulation in English is here ninth glottal sounds. H is a glottal sound in English, and in it both chords are active articulators. When they making any kind of these sounds, it means H. See the third category. Now you can see that the third category of classification of consonant, that is a manner of articulation. The manner of articulations describe how the tongue, lips and other speech organs are involved in making a sound, make contact. According to their manners of articulation, English consonants can be classified into the 7 categories. Here you can see that their names and symbols. So let us study these 7 categories one by one as I given the chart. Hope you understand this chart and their names and their symbols. See the next. Plosive sounds, plosive or stop sounds produced such a manner there is a closure at some point in the mouth. Because of the closure air stream is blocked, there is a little stop, and because of the stop air pressure in the mouth increase, and when the two articulators separated to each other, then air goes out suddenly with an explosion. These sounds are called plosive sounds in such a manners. See P, B, T, D, K, G are plosive sounds in English. See the next manner of articulations in English. Fricative sounds. Fricative sounds are produced such a manner that two articulators bout near each other and air goes out slowly with an audible friction. There is a complete closure of the airstream, but air goes out slowly. They are called as fricative sounds in English. See the example of here fricative sounds. P, V, Th, D, S, J, Sh, Z, H are fricative sounds in English. See the next manner of articulation in English. Affricate sounds. Affricate can be looked upon as a combination of plosive and fricative. Like plosive, there is a complete closure of the airstream, and like fricative, air goes out slowly with friction. It's called as fricative sounds. See example: ch, j, are affricate sounds in English. Nasal sounds. Nasal sounds are produced in such a manner that R is a closure at some point in mouth. The air stream blocked and closed in soft palate kept lower first. Air goes through out the nose, and when the two articulators separated, then air goes through the mouth is called as nasal sounds. See example m, n, ng are nasal sounds in English. See the next lateral sounds. Lateral sounds produced in such a manner that there is a closure at tip of the tongue and teeth ridge is the side of the tongue kept lowered. The air passes by the sides of the tongue is called the lateral sounds. L is the lateral sounds in English. Frictionless consonant sounds. As the name itself indicates, is a sound which is produced without friction and produced a long time is called a frictionless consonant sounds. R is a frictionless consonant sound in English. The last manner of articulation in English, that is semi-vowel. In their production, there is a lack of friction and the sounds are vowel-like in their voicing, but they function as consonants. See the such types of the consonants w, y are semi-vowels in English. See the last part of this video. In this concluding part of this video, you can see that the summary of consonant with their three categories in only one chart for your better understanding. See thoroughly the specific purpose. It means the place of articulations, then manner of articulation, then the voicing of consonants. I hope you have a better understand classification of consonants through this video. I am very much thankful to you for visiting my video. Thank you.